Hussein Farhat, one of the biggest fitness influencers to date. Hussein has had one of the most insane transformations in the industry, gaining a whopping 60 pounds in as little as 3 years, naturally. But here's the thing, with all of these fake naturals getting exposed lately, is Hussein just another one? A recent video by Anabolic Stick just revealed the truth, explaining how Hussein's transformation isn't attainable naturally, but exposing how Hussein and Coach Greg teamed up for a supplement company using Turkesterone to paint the new natural limit. And in the process, scamming tens of thousands of people, chasing a transformation that may not even be real. Let's get into it. Now, before we dive into this, we have to look at Hussein's transformation. Hussein's transformation consisted of him gaining a whopping 60 pounds in just 3 years. Let's take an in-depth look at his transformation.
Hated being skinny, so I dedicated myself every single day. 19 months later, there's no way any natural in the world is going to gain that much muscle in 2.5 years.
Hussein, already having hit puberty at the time, being 19 at the start of his transformation, gained 60 pounds in as little as 3 years. And just for some clarification, those 60 pounds aren't water, fat, or big bones. No. This is straight high-class A5 Wagyu steak meat. Even Coach Greg had claimed that Hussein had put more muscle on his frame in the span of 3 years than Greg had his entire life.
How did you put on so much muscle naturally? I just ate a lot, trained hard, and I went from 120-ish pounds, and I'm 180 to 83 now.
It's about 60 pounds of muscle
Yeah.
in about 2.5 years. And just so you know, that's how much muscle I put in my whole life.
Now, since I'm not a professional bodybuilder or professional cookbook seller compared to someone like Coach Greg, let's take a look at what Greg directly said about what someone can gain naturally in 3 years.
The real journey of natural muscle gains. And so in year 1, if you have great genetics, you can expect to gain somewhere between 8 and 12 pounds of muscle. Year 2, 6 to 8, and year 3, 4 to 6. And so let's assume he has really good genetics, which clearly he does. If you add up those 3 years, it would be about 26 pounds of muscle, yet he built double that.
Now, in the video, Greg clearly states with someone with elite level of genetics can gain upwards to 26 pounds of lean tissue. Hussein put twice the amount of this in the same time frame. Now, if we look at his before pictures, we can see he's sitting at around 15 to 18% body fat at 120 to 130 pounds. 3 years later, gained 60 pounds in 3 years at 7% body fat. Also, considering that your hormones take a dip when you get leaner, this is clearly not natural. But here's the issue. The issue isn't that we have another fake Natty on our hands, but rather how Coach Greg and Hussein partnered up on a supplement company, selling thousands of orders of Turkesterone to their audiences, while painting this new and improved idea of the natural limit. Now, one last thing before the video. I would like to announce my 100% free community, Crown of Vitality, to get you the help and impact that you need on your fitness journey. It's 100% free. I host weekly Zoom calls discussing the fitness industry and talking about all of our goals. This way, people truly get the help that they need. I'm able to talk to you guys one-on-one there, so this way, fitness becomes a better place. Link in the description below. Now let's get back into the video. Now, let's talk about what Anabolic Stick has to say about Hussein and Coach Greg.
What's the single biggest motivator for anything in this world? Money. Hussein is a relatively new up-and-coming fitness influencer who has made a more impressive physique transformation than most of the fitness industry's heavy hitters such as David Lade, Alex Eubanks, etc. As soon as Hussein sent Greg his dubious blood work, Greg, being the prolific businessman that he is, saw an immediate opportunity to proclaim Hussein a natural and therefore be able to sign him to his own supplement company before any other brands could get their hands on Hussein. He basically saw an opportunity to just throw his hands up in the air, play a fool, and pretend like he fully trusts the blood work just so he could be the first to sign Hussein to his brand. This is only proven by the fact that Greg didn't just sign Hussein to his supplement company as an ambassador, he has made Hussein a co-owner of his company. This just goes to show that Greg is incredibly eager to have and keep Hussein on board. If he's eager enough to instantly make Hussein a co-owner, he's definitely more than eager enough to play along with Hussein's lies.
So Anabolic Stick makes some very valid points here as to why Greg would do such a thing, leading him to sell out, taking Hussein underneath his wing for financial gain, and explaining how Greg hasn't been 100% transparent about his usage in the past, for he's been caught on a powerlifting meet using PEDs. Now, showing this side of Greg kind of easily paints the picture, which would lead him to taking advantage of the opportunity presented by Hussein to sell more supplements harder than last time, He even commented underneath one of Hussein's posts addressing that Hussein had been accused of not being natural and that he's going to have to prove somehow that he's natural. But Greg didn't say this as a friend, strictly as a business partner, to protect his financial gain and his reputation. But this is where things get worse. After Anabolic Stick's video was published, Greg threatened to sue him for the allegations that he made. Now let me ask you this. Why would someone who claims to be real and authentic, someone who seeks truth in the industry, want to sue a broke college kid harder than last time? Because everything is finally catching up to Greg, and his true intentions are finally leaking through. Now, no hate to Greg one bit, and keep in mind, this is still the internet. It's all bullshit, in case you haven't caught the memo. I've shown a lot of love towards Greg because he's helped me tremendously with my own transformation, my own fitness journey, but I can't deny the facts we're seeing through these 8-inch screens. It seems like Greg is doing exactly what Anabolic Stick says that he's doing. But whether or not Hussein is natural, this does not change the fact that you're never going to look like your favorite influencer. You have your own genetics, you have your own structure, you have your own story to tell. Fitness should be about true transparency, not just trying to make it into the industry, look good, and make a shit ton of money. It should be about trying to get as many people in shape as possible. Because if you're a gym rat, you know truly how much the gym has impacted your life. And I think everyone else deserves that. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe right here. Right here. Press the button if you are also fed up with all the bullshit and we're not truly doing what fitness is all about, and that is trying to impact other millions of people's lives. Make sure to join my community. I'd love to get to know you guys one-on-one, see who watches my videos, and actually help you guys attain your goals in the gym. There's nothing more important than that. But other than that, shorking out.
Farhat.
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 Farhat.